We are incredibly excited for the NewFronts this year. We have a great lineup, some new companies, a lot of companies are coming back, and in general, lots of excitement and buzz around the event, as always. We decided this year to change it up a little bit because we have been getting feedback consistently from the buy side that 2 weeks is a lot and it's exhausting. We've also heard that you do this thing for 2 weeks and it kind of dies down and then you don't hear anymore. So we've been thinking about that, and this year we decided to make a change where we first of all keep the momentum going throughout the year. We do it on a bi-coastal level, and we don't do it during 2 weeks in New York. So basically 1 week in New York, April 30th to May 4th, right smack in between the cable upfront and the broadcast upfront. High season for premium content, for original content. Great place to be. Brands will be very excited, and so will media buyers. We're closing that out, and then we are coming back again in Q4 in LA with a second version of the NewFronts that is West Coast style, very focused on content, very focused on what makes digital video so special. The fact that this platform is a little more flexible to a certain extent, and then there's a lot of interesting new types of ways that brands can interact with the audiences. Not to say that you can't do that with the May event, because that's very focused on that as well, but we feel that that's a story we need to tell throughout the year. So basically the NewFronts now will be hopefully showing the best of the best in digital video content, and also be reflective of how audiences have changed and all the different platforms and types of media they are consuming, and various forms of content that they like, no matter where they're from.
So, what is the kind of current value of the NewFronts? Because it's not like the TV upfronts where a bunch of the inventory is bought for the year, or is that what happens? What is the sort of the dynamics of the marketplace now around web original videos, and what's the value of having people pulled together?
Well, there's a huge value. First of all, it is a marketplace, and I think that a lot of video content is actually being bought in the NewFronts. It's, again, the most premium inventory. It's an upfront buy. It's original content, and a lot of it is long-form content, very TV-like, or other forms of premium content. So the NewFronts are definitely taking care of that in May, and hopefully also in the fall. We really want to kind of keep that marketplace going. But it's not just about that. It's also about educating buyers and sellers of the power of digital video, how you can either buy these types of contents or develop content together with a publisher as a brand, or sponsor content, use influencers, all the different good things that you can do with digital. Where we're hoping to, again, teach brands and agencies of how they can reach the audiences with the right message and build really great content that resonates with the younger or older or whoever that audience is.
The IAB has been expanding its purview around video, around OTT. Tell us a little bit about sort of the scope of video, the scope of the media itself now, and what's going on in the industry and how that will be reflected in the NewFronts.
Well, I mean, that is the thing. It's really video everywhere, and the border between TV and digital video, if it ever existed, which I guess it did in a certain way, but it's becoming way more blurry. So first of all, you have OTT, which can be long or short form or mid-form content, and a platform where users engage more and more, both with ad-supported as well as non-ad-supported content. And then you have mobile video, which, as we all know, is a huge platform for video viewing too, long and short form content. Then you have the different kinds of hybrids. You have video that runs in traditional display platforms. It's just video everywhere, and I think what you need to figure out now is video is a platform that consumers seem to prefer when consuming media. They like it. It's easy. It suits almost everyone. But how do you now reach those audiences with your messages in the most effective way? And I think that's what the NewFronts want to reflect. It's the biggest opportunity. It's the most exciting place, but it's also the least understood. So what works? How do we measure it? And what's next? That's really what we need to figure out.
And finally, to our friends in Los Angeles, how do you, what do you hope to present to them? Is it sort of pretty much a mirror event, or will it be sort of different? I know it's kind of early on.
I think it will be different. I think a lot of similarities. Obviously, again, a marketplace. It's about content. It's content front and center. Maybe even more about content in this one than in the previous ones, where I'm hoping we can focus it more around the actual talent and studios and things like that. And the media buy is an important part of it. But given that it is LA and it's somewhat of a center for that, I think that's going to be a big part of it. The event will also be structured differently. We are not envisioning having a series of presentations across LA throughout a number of days. We're hoping to centralize it much more so that it's easier to access for the buyers, and also, frankly, so that we can drive the cost down a little bit for producing these shows.
That's great. And finally, the role of the IAB in video. What do you hope broadly your initiative, your work will bring?
We have as a mission overall for the IAB, and the same goes for video, that we want to create a marketplace where everyone thrives. And that is what I hope we will do, and I think we can already see that we're helping, hopefully, at least a little bit along the way there. So yeah, that's what we really want to do.